Hello. Okay, welcome back. It's been a minute. It's been busy. It's snowing a lot. A lot has occurred within the past few weeks or so since I last macOS update. But this is another editing video. This is more suited about the A9iii and how do you shoot with the noise reduction 32 stack or 16.8.4, I think. So essentially this could be done on the A9iii, but because it's limited, as you can see, you can do this on Mac or PC, but you do need the noise reduction stack files, and I think it's only really possible with the A9iii because where is it at? Because yeah, today we are going to discuss flash photography. Now you may be thinking, what? Flash photography? Sorry. Flash photography? That makes absolutely no sense. Well, it does make sense in the whole artful pick of it. So I've included myself one image. Maybe I'll make the image available, I don't know, but maybe not. But the thing is that in order to do this, you do need a flash. You do need the ARW5 II cameras, but I think it's only available on the A9iii. Yeah, so if you want to take your photography to the next level and do some fun stuff, then it's technically the only way to do it. But yeah, let's first you're gonna need a flash. I'm using a Minolta 5600 HSD. I didn't even track myself. Anyway, it's the 5600 HSD. Okay, I'm under 5600 HSD, and yeah, and then I particularly put like a little piece of duct tape. You can put some like sticker or something so you can feel at it when it's dark outside. And then you need a flash that does the testing. So as you can see in these buttons, it says hold test 1, test 2, and test 3. So test 3 is where the flash, I'm not going to. So let's turn this baby on. Put it onto the lowest aperture, or not lowest aperture, lowest focal length. So it is 17. And then the power level just depends on yourself, really. You can of course change the power level, and then yeah, the other stuff doesn't really matter. I think. I mean, I don't think. In my opinion, don't turn on the. If you have like a night mode, like liquid display thing, you know, way back when you could, there's like everything is like analog clock, or not analog, digital crystal stuff. But yeah, so what you want to do is you get the flash, choose where you want to go. For the sake of this, you know, maybe we want to do it behind or above, right? So when you use the test flash, you can see that the flash gets fired a bunch of times. I don't remember exactly how many times there are. There is also like the other modes, so you can lower it a bit. But in my opinion, the super mega flash, the machine gun flash, that's the flash you want. Now the flash will not be the strongest, but in my opinion, if you do the high powered 1-to-1, so like the full power, and then you do the like I said, the smallest focal point. I mean, you could do a different focal point, but a lot of the shots are going to be up close unless you are the shooter. I mean, I did a selfie. So let's pull up the image. So alrighty. So we're going to be on the computer as well. So as you can see here, we have my 32 stacks of images, 32 items, and we'll just quickly go on this. But as you see, when you hit the noise reduction stack, you have to enable it. Has to be on raw mode, of course. So you go into raw mode. I choose 32. You can choose the other types if you want. But let's just open this up. So as you can see, these are my settings. I shot at f4, 30th of the second on this 2.8 18mm Zeiss. I don't think the sharpness and all that kind of stuff matters. I think I just accidentally forgot to turn it off. And yeah, these are my settings. Yeah, and then ISO 125. You can of course shoot at a higher ISO. It just really depends on whatever, but then you have to counteract it with lowering your increasing your shutter timing. So I don't know, you have to really mess around with the flash and stuff to do that. But the whole point is that you're creating a high density noiseless image in the dark, and it works really well if you can get the subject, myself, to stay put. And you only need a flash, so you can shoot things in the dark with just flash. Of course, people will say, oh, you could already do that with your regular flash, and then, well, it just has a different look that I've noticed. Now, of course, I did change the white balance to have like a more purplish color, just to give it more color and stuff. Here you can make it look some more defined, but it looks kind of, I don't know. Here, let's make it cold as I'm editing this. But yeah, the main thing is that you're just shooting it, and it's like a different way of shooting, and I see that is slightly different. It's not like gonna, I don't know, but technically it's only doable with the A9iii. I know that the A9iii could do it, but then you might have the little streaks of light because it is still a bunch of sensor readings. It's distortion, turn off. Make myself a little smaller. Lower the sharpness a bit, but I do like it because it just makes it look nice. You get some nice texture of the blanket. Texture objects where I think that it can cast a shadow would look nice. Where there's little like crevices of dark, I think would look nice, because then again it's just like the contrasting, and I just like the look of the of the blanket. Maybe if I shot a little faster, I think it would have been better. Like maybe even, because like you can get away with like shooting 1 out of 2,000 or something. I only shot 1 out of 30 because I was just like, I don't know, I just did this in my bedroom really quickly at night. And yeah, and I just like how it looks. And then this is a black stripe. I even have the blanket. I mean, I always have the blanket, but there's actually a black stripe, but then it kind of blends out. But I kind of like how it looks. I don't know, that's the kind of look that I was going for. So it kind of matches it flows with the shadow of my body behind me. And yeah, you can still get some nice, see, I even misfocused a bit. This is the thing about like when you do selfies and stuff, you're always missing slight focus or something. So, but it is what it is, really. And then I just like that, this strand of hair, it's pretty nice. But yeah, it's I should have wore a better t-shirt for this, but yeah, I think it just looks like it just has a different type of image. And then, if you had See, I wanted to, if I could redo this shoot, and I would have something to reflect off the shadow, so maybe like a very transparent back piece of glass or something, so that the shadow can still be casted onto something. Because yeah, again, this is in the middle of my hallway, so yeah. But I just enjoy how this image was shot, because it's, I don't know, I think it just looks cool. And again, it could technically only be done on the A9 III, at least with the shutter timings. You have to change the shutter timings and stuff with the A1 II. But again, this is another reason why the global shutter is the future of you know, technology for camera sensors. It's overcoming so many you know, now again, it's like, if you do want to take images that do stand out and are not easily replicatable, not easily as to remake, and you want to make more unique shots that are just like this only took me 5 minutes, you know. Imagine me taking, because you have to remember too that you can do 32 image stacks, and let's say you have something moving and you switch the backgrounds of something, you know, you have a TV, you change the backgrounds of it, or you throw objects in the background, you know, so you can get some slight skews. That's what I've been trying right now, just like throwing random stuff like snow, but then it stopped snowing, so I can't do that anymore. So at least in my area, it's not snowing anymore. So I think it is an amazing thing, like what we are living in right now. Because if you want to make some unique looking photos that might have not ever been done before, because right now everyone is just using the global sensor to take photos of birds and then sport shots, which is well, I guess. But I guess if you're the more artistic person, you have way more opportunity choice now with your images. And as you can see, this is just, you know, it's just a boring image of me in under a blanket. But yeah, this is just a quick tutorial way of how I did it. You know, essentially you just hit the noise reduction stack, you fire the you know, you fire the flash many times while it's shot, preferably before you press the noise reduction button. You know, you could also get yourself a whatchamacallit, a remote, so that, you know, get yourself a remote. That would also help, but you don't really need a remote. You can use the timer, because the timer also will indicate the blinking. So when it starts blinking fast, that's your cue to start to push the button. But of course, your flash model will vary. So I just have this Minolta flash because it's cross compatible with my film camera and stuff. So like, why would I want to have multiple types of flashes that don't work with this gear and then it works with that gear, etc. Anyway, my whole point is that you stack the images and, you know, you get some like unique results. Here we can even, oh, here, see, I've been taking lots of funny photos. But again, you will see that, like, I think it's just a different type of photography. So let me, versus the raw. Let's just save this imaging setting. So going here, I'm just going to I'm just loading a capture setting. I'll turn the aberration off I'll keep the distortion on, keep it on AXR format, under selfie, just call it blanket selfie. And then let that baby run. I also am looking into another, I am thinking about the PDT as we're loading this. I am thinking about the PDT so that I can possibly do the noise reduction stack on site and on the go, because I would like to see the results quickly. But we'll see how that goes. I still gotta configure the machines to work well together. But yeah, if you want some like cool photography looks, again, this is just a more unique look without using Photoshop. You know, you get that fun, I don't know, I think when you stop using things like Photoshop and you really focus on your actual photography, it challenges you to then, how do I creatively make the base plate really, really unique without, like I said, without editing? This is just using the noise reduction stack, the 32 noise reduction stack. Is it possible to be done without it? Possibly, but because you need a global sensor and the flashes, you're gonna have to throw away, like, if you take a bunch of photos, but then it's like you move in a millisecond, you don't even understand when you move, you know, you slightly off, you have to throw away the other noise reduction stack, the other photos in the set. So then it becomes like, oh, you can only use like 2 or 3 photos out of like the 100 that you shot. I think I shot this like 2 or 3 times, and then I was like, oh, okay, I'm done for the, because like I can only take so many flashes in my face, right? So you have to also worry about that too. Like, you can't take unlimited flash bangs to your face, or you start seeing green. And like, you know, I think it's like a fun, unique way to take that shot. Yeah, maybe I should have used the GPU. I know that you can do the GPU thingy in Imaging Edge now. I should re-enable it. I didn't know it was gonna be this much longer. But yeah, so like right now, the closest thing that I have on the go for the noise reduction thing is to somewhat workflow it while I'm tethered remote shooting. And yeah, I think this is like an amazing and fun thing, because again, this is without editing. You know, you can do this with plants, of course. That's much easier. You can do this with still objects. Maybe you want to have, I'm still working on like if I can make like a ghosting effect with it. I just hope that they would release the 32 noise reduction stack with at least 30 seconds bulb timer, at least, because I think it's like, well, I think it needs that. I think people can make some really cool art like at night, you know, really push the camera. 32 image stack. And yeah, I think that's the next update they should do. It's totally feasible, like, but yeah, I don't know. It's, you know, I'm not like a active purchaser. All right, let's see how it looks now. Let's go to our, let's go to our images. Oops. Yep. Alright, so as you can see, there's a lot less noise compared to this one. It's not that like it makes that much of a difference, but it's a little more detail, a little more structure to it. Look at that. That's the you see the singed marks. You know, you see the this is like the little pieces of part that it caught on. Well, it didn't catch on fire, but you know, it singed a bit. And then like you can see all this nice detail in the blanket. And it's just a little bit more detail, but you know, it provides a bit, you know, maybe up the contrast a little bit more or something. But yeah, I think it's just a cool way to shoot the photo. If I didn't miss focus, yeah, next time. See, it's very hard to do this while, you know, you're the person taking the photo and being the model in the photo. But again, you know, you get yourself a cool, like I said, fun photo shoot. You know, this is only one flash. You know, imagine if you had the whole studio full of flashes and umbrellas and such. So yeah, you can really up the photography possibilities with the A9iii. So yeah, that's really it. But I hope that you learn a little bit of something. Maybe it'll convince you to get the A9iii. But just know that, like, again, this is like amazing technology that we're living in. And if you want to take amazing, great photos, more unique looking photos, only possible on the global sensor. So get yourself an A9iii, or there's other global sensors maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, hope you have fun learning a bit. And yeah, come out.